Hey, welcome to this episode of Pulse. This week we are talking to the people of Glasgow. We are going to be asking a very simple question. When does human life begin? When does your life begin? When does human life begin? Like, when did your life begin?
Oh, when I was born, I guess.
Born? Yeah. I think that.
Yeah.
Okay.
When I was born.
And you were born? Oh, wow. When does human life begin? When did your life begin?
At the point of conception.
My conception. Whoa.
In my opinion.
What do you think?
When I turned 18 and could drink, probably.
Oh, there you go. That's honest.
Scientifically, I don't know, but I know that my sister died before she was born. So, in order for her to have died, she needs to have been,
I'm sorry to hear about your sister, but again, it makes so much sense.
Yeah, but I don't have a number for it because I'm not. I just a couple of weeks, maybe a month. I don't know.
Usually birth.
Birth, yeah, okay, all right, okay, that's really interesting.
I think when the eggs met in the womb, that I became a human then.
Well, it begins when you're born, obviously. I mean, that's when your life starts, but it doesn't.
No, I mean, it begins when you're in the womb.
Now, if I show you this, what does that look like to you?
An egg.
An egg, yeah, okay. So, and here, the good question to ask is, so what is that? Another good question is, what is its modern father? Is its modern father human? Because a human guy and a human girl, when they get together, they don't make there you go, boom. They don't make a cat, right? And what does that look like to you?
A dolphin.
You're right, yeah. And what does this look like to you?
An elephant.
Now, that's an elephant fetus. Because when I was in school, I used to say stuff like, oh, it's only a fetus, it's only a fetus. But a fetus doesn't tell us what something is, but how old. And that's a human fetus at 20 weeks, halfway through pregnancy. So what they're hoping to do now is they're going to have these images, instead of your black and white ultrasound, it'll be much more nicer to have on the wall, This bit, right? This blew my mind. I only heard this 2 years ago, right? So, See here, there are 2 million eggs in a girl's system. On average, girls release 1,000 to 2,000 eggs in their lifetime. During a moment of fertilization,
Yes.
there is 400 million male sperm cells that can be released by the guy on average. Yeah. Okay, you can be a super guy and also super. Yeah. So 400 million by 2 million is 800 trillion. So you're not 1 in a million. So you're not just 1 in a million. You're 1 in 800 trillion. You're a big deal. You know that? 800 trillion. You are a big deal.
Zeros.
I'm unique.
Yes, yeah.
And there's never been one like me, just like fingerprints and DNA. And that's good for the self-love and self-acceptance. And able to accept others when you realise that nobody's any better or worse than anybody else.
Yeah. And the last thing I'll show you, just to finish this. This was just caught on camera a few years ago, or 2 years ago. At the moment when the sperm and egg become one, there's a beautiful bright flash of light. And in that moment, your hair colour, eye colour, your height, everything was determined at that moment. Isn't that crazy? In the secret recesses of your mother was a beautiful bright flash of light and a 1 in 800 trillion chance. So now, when the next time someone stops you and says, when does human life begin? What do you say?
Earlier than you think, my friend.
Conception now, isn't it? Because that's when it.
There you go. Yeah, just say that's when a process started. If someone asked you when does human life begin, would your answer be a bit different or would it be the same? See when that process began.
When the depends.
Yeah.
Right. So when the process begins, but if it then spirals into a conversation about other topics, then
So now, if I ask you the next time, when does human life begin? What do you think? When would you say now?
Stillbirth, sorry.
Stillbirth, yeah?
Stillbirth.
Okay, yeah, okay. So again, next time if someone asks you when does human life begin?
As an egg.
When you're embryo. Embryo, there you go.
Embryonic stage.
I said that from the beginning.
I tell you what, the world needs more Johns.
Embryonic stage.
If someone asks you now in the future, when does human life begin? Would you have a different answer?
Possibly, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what would that be? Would it be before birth?
Well, it would be before now.
There you go. So that concludes this week's episode of Pulse, and the people we've spoken to now realise that their unique and unrepeatable life began at the moment of conception. My name's Emmet, and I'll see you next week.